David Nunn, you're a partner with Simmons and Simmons, the international law firm, and you've been in the region for several years. From an investment standpoint, especially major institutional investors, what is wrong with the legal regime in Abu Dhabi?
From the perspective of that sort of investor, commonly what they will look for in an investment destination is transparency, certainty, legal certainty, that is, a due diligence process that's going to yield up the sort of information about the product that will enable them to make the vital decisions that they need in order to commit large-scale investment. In Abu Dhabi at the moment, what we're seeing is a liberalization of the market. It's gradual, it's managed, and alongside that, new behaviors being introduced that are beginning to address some of the concerns of international investors. It's fair to say that it's not quite there yet, but we are seeing lots of signs of activity and interest. I think it's just a question of time before they have the right product and the right circumstances in which to invest here.
What would be the right circumstances, and what would be the right product?
I think the right product that typically one is asked to comment on is a very substantial flagship trophy building which is extremely well let to well-known assured credit risk tenants. That sort of product does to some extent exist already in Abu Dhabi. For example, the Adia building, which has Adia as its occupier. If that were to come onto the market, I think a lot of institutions would be very interested. Unfortunately, it's not likely to just at the moment, but if it were to, I think you'd find an appetite for that product. Legally, it doesn't sit within one of the investment areas in which there is a more liberal regime towards non-national investors and where they can actually have a form of ownership of land which they may feel comfortable with. So the product at the moment isn't matched with the areas, but the product's being developed. And Al-Sawa Square is an example of where international quality, substantial product is being developed that the developer would like to see brought into that market.
How long do you think this process will take? I mean, you've said it's down the road. What's your estimate? I mean, just based on your knowledge of the region and how you see things happening here.
I think partly this is to do with markets elsewhere as much as markets here. And at the moment, I am told that investors have a wide range of destinations that they can choose from, and that they may feel more comfortable investing in other more, shall we say, less illiberal destinations. In terms of time frame, therefore, it's dictated by world events at this level, I think, as much as local events. But in terms of the local market and its own evolution and acceptability, and greater acceptability to international investors, with the legislation that's being introduced next year, I think we're taking another major step down the road towards encouraging international capital investment in Abu Dhabi. I would like to think that within the next year to 2 years, we'll see a more fully fledged offering that will help convince those international investors that this is a very good destination in which to invest.
Is there another market in this region or in the wider Middle East which is more prepared to fulfill those requirements right now than Abu Dhabi, say, or the UAE as a whole?
I think Dubai is, of course, the most proximate competitor to Abu Dhabi in this particular sector. And Dubai, of course, is ahead of the curve in terms of already having a built environment which is more developed, certainly from an international investment point of view, than the environment in Abu Dhabi. So if you're looking for the most local competitive regime, I would say it is in Dubai. Dubai, however, economically is not in the same position as Abu Dhabi and is more challenged in some respects. And so as a pure investment play, I guess that's going to weigh pretty heavily in the mind of international investors when compared to Abu Dhabi, which, as we all know, has the bulk of the land in the UAE and, of course, by far and away, the lion's share of the mineral wealth.
The reserves, yes.
And the reserves, as we know, are huge in Abu Dhabi.
Is there another country in the region that is any kind of competitor to either or both of the major cities of the UAE?
I think what we're seeing is signs, certainly in Doha and Qatar, of a more investor-friendly approach being taken. There are investment areas in Doha in which, although the law is developing, there is an opportunity for non-national investors to invest in commercial product currently and historically, which has been developed there. And the Land Registry in Doha are currently in the course of reviewing the rules that they apply, and we're expecting with some confidence that they'll take a liberal view of the rules that they're subject to and will allow non-national investment in those areas. So I think that's a real opportunity, and that's something that I think that the government in Qatar are actively seeking to encourage. They want to develop downtown Doha in a way which will provide opportunities for non-national investors to come there and place their investments there.